Yeah, what's up, guys? Billy from Oswood here. We're with the Dalton Hengst. He's the new U.S. #1. He just beat Jeremy Poins-Grosvenor, who was U.S. #1 in the 3K, but now he's U.S. #1 in the 3K. He ran an 8:28, fastest time in the country. Talk about it. What's it mean to come here and do that today?
Yeah, it was awesome. Last night we were coming up, and I've been doing a lot of traveling, so I was a little bit worried that I was gonna be a little tired from all the traveling I was doing. But last night we were coming up. 2 hours into the drive, I realized I forgot my spikes, so that got me worried. But luckily we were able to get some spikes this morning without too much, I wasn't too nervous about it. So maintaining composure, came into this race, not really sure how I would do if I could, beat Nick Dahl, the guy that led the US #1 3K, and the Colts Next guys. So I was just happy to come in, break 8:30. From what I know, Centowitz holds the Maryland state record indoor 8:30 3K.
So you knew state record.
From what I know, I broke the state record. So I'm happy about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good guy to beat it by too,
Yeah, it is. But then, today I come through the first mile. 4:39, 4:40, kind of slow pace for the time I wanted to hit. But yeah, I was able to kind of crank it up the last mile and make my move the last 4. I was happy to come away with the win and have fun with it.
Is that like exactly how the race wanted to go? I saw you were sitting. I saw it went out really slow. 68 was the first 400, and if you're trying to break 8:30, that was not the pace you wanted to go. So what part in the race were you like, I got to take it? I saw you lead a couple laps there. Is that where you're like, I'm getting sick of this, I got to speed it up, or what?
Yeah, honestly, I just thought, I like to go with what I think's right during the race. I'm not really too focused on a race plan before the race. It's just how I feel in the moment. So yeah, the first mile, I just want to feel good, relaxed, and be in a good position to win the race. That's really most important to me. But yeah, then I guess there were 7 laps left. Kind of got to the front, picked it up about a second each lap, faster than what we were going. And I think I kind of separated the field a little bit, and then got myself in a good position. So yeah, the race went perfect execution for me, and I'm happy coming away from it.
I was going to say, how confident were you? Probably being the fastest foot speed, 155, 800 runner. How confident were you in the last 400, knowing you're going to win?
Yeah, I knew guys. I think at the end of a distance run, it's really race. It comes down to foot speed, but it also comes down to who has the most left and who's feeling the best. Today it was me. Obviously I was confident with having the best 800 probably PR in the field, and then the mile PR in the field. So yeah, I had all the confidence in the world today, and I was happy to beat these guys right here.
Awesome. So like you said, best 800 PR, best mile PR. I think you're currently in the U.S. top 10 for 4 events. 155 in the 8's top 10, 418 in the mile, and then you have the 3200 fastest time in the country, and now the 3K. Which one are you focusing on the most, and what are you going to run at New Balance?
So coming away from the cross-country season, I feel like I have a lot of strength, more than I did last year. So I definitely want to kind of see where my limits go in the 2 mile and the 3K. So it kind of looks like right now that the mile and the 2 mile will be my main focus this indoor season. Because I just don't think I have the amount of leg speed I need to, really hang with the top 800 guys in the country. But the mile and 2 mile, we'll decide. New Balance is a ways away. Millrose is first. I want to do well there in the mile. Hopefully crack 410 indoor, and then win that obviously. But mile, 2 mile, you probably see me in New Balance, and whatever I have the best chance in.
Awesome. So what's next for you?
Next next Friday. I got my league championships where I'll triple. So I got 2 hours in between I start with the mile and then 800 and then 2 mile. 800 and 2 mile back to back. So we'll see how it goes. I won all 3 last year.
Now that you have all these good times set already, are these more just winning or racing for a time, or a little bit of both?
For next Friday?
Yeah.
So I think right now, I believe in my coach and I believe in what he says. So I think right now we kind of want to just get through the first 2 easy, not really worry about times. That's what he wants me to do. And then I also want to get my teammate to be able to get second in both races in the mile 800. Awesome. And then the 2 mile, just have fun with it and win. Celebrate.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's another question I have now you brought that up. How much thought do you put into those celebrations? I remember when you won Manhattan, you had a crazy one. I've seen you dab before. I've seen you do all kind of crazy things. This time you pointed at the camera. How much do you think about that?
So I'll start with not today, but you know, yeah, races like Manhattan, I mean, I don't really put too much thought into it, honestly. I'm just, when I know I win the race, that's when I start thinking about it. You know, I start having fun with it. Gives me confidence thinking about, you know, what am I going to do, you know, celebration-wise. So, you know, my celebrations are kind of off the top of my head, but, you know, obviously, my last year was my celebration kind of start, where I kind of pulled the, you know, the 1s and the 2s and then the 3s for the 3 races and 1. But today, honestly, I can't lie, it wasn't even my idea. For the race, my dad said, you know, have fun with it, do what you want, but he goes, I got a celebration idea for you if you win. And he said, point at your boy Toad. And so I came in today, and the last 50 meters, I was like, I know what I'm doing, right? And I was like, I don't know what I exactly said, but I was supposed to point at you and the camera and say that was for my Toads.
Yeah, that's so
but yeah.
That's so funny, man. And it was perfect setup, how like the home stretch, it wasn't like a normal meet where you would have had to look to the side and point. It was right there. That's hilarious. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Let's see if I have any. Oh, it's kind of going back. So are those brand new shoes you ran in today? You said you lost your shoes.
Yeah, they are.
Those are nice spikes. The Texas guys just got those. Those are with the built-in spikes, right? Or no?
I don't know.
They got like these built-in spike crazy things.
Truth is, I don't really know too much about shoes. I just kind of, you know, do what feels right. But yeah, we got the shoe store open at 10 a.m. this morning. We got there at 10 a.m. and they were kind of, you know, shout out to my boys at Connecticut Running Company. Thanks, you guys. Well, yeah, we got there and we said, you got spikes? Can we have a size 8 in spikes? And they gave it to us, and we're like, all right, man, see you, dude.
Magic.
We rolled out.
You gotta send them a picture and be like, we just got a U.S. number 1 time in your spikes.
They worked out. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, anything else you have to say?
Nah, not really. I mean,
awesome, man.